Welcome to the Pool Party Podcast, a very special and zoomed in episode of the Pool Party Podcast. We're going to be talking about Fallout 4! To my
I don't know
right,
what happened to Wesley.
I don't know. To my right is...
Steven.
Say your name, please. Happens every time.
I am, Matt. I am the sole survivor.
You're Matt.
That's the lone wanderer.
And I'm the chosen one.
Yeah!
I hate all of you.
I'm the courier.
That means you're just like some Vault 13 asshole.
Yeah, you're just an overseer. Fuck you.
I hate all of you. All of you.
He's a centaur. He's not even a full-blown super mutant.
We have Matt, Wesley, Mitchell, and I'm Steven. Hello.
Steven's a synth.
We're going to be... I am.
Steven.
Spoilers.
Piper is the Institute.
You were your son the whole time.
Quicksilver's dead.
Too slow.
You're still frozen.
How messed up of a twist would that be if you found out, like, you were your son the whole time?
I thought before...
I was waiting for, like,
Well,
Oedipus
no,
complex.
before the game came out, that's what I thought was happening.
No spoilers, please, to the story. Please.
And then I found out, I was like, oh, no, you're totally still the dude. Or the chick, depending on...
There was legit at one point, I was pretty sure you were a robot.
A robot?
I thought so.
100%.
I was sitting there guessing, like, what the twist
Alright, before we get into just blah, blah, blah.
No story spoilers, please.
There'll be mild spoilers.
Zero.
We'll probably say something.
Allowed. Zero.
And if they're real bad, I'll edit
I'll
around
leave.
them in a
just
fancy
leave.
way. I'll give a warning out.
Alright, what's
That's
your
for
first
my
topic?
benefit.
We're just gonna... What?
We've got a list
for
of
my
topics.
benefit.
I haven't beaten it yet.
We gotta fire through this like a Gatling laser. Let's go.
Alright, what are your
Or half
initial...
a fusion core.
What are your initial thoughts, just where you are in the game, whether you've beaten it, whether you're halfway through it, or whether you're just wandering around outside of Vault 111 screwing around?
Initial
in Sanctuary
thoughts
Hills?
or post 72 hours thoughts?
It's still your initial thoughts. Post, like, whenever you can actually objectively look at the game is like in another 6 months. Like, just before the expansion comes out.
I'll start.
Okay.
Thanks.
Overall, gameplay, huge improvement, like in the fluidity of actually just moving around. It looks so much better than
Tactile nature.
it looks so much better than Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
I would hope so. That would be a real bummer if it came out like, oh, this looks a lot like Skyrim.
I don't know why people are complaining so much about the graphics. I could see like where it can use improvement.
This has been happening with every Bethesda game since Fallout 3.
Yeah.
They're always like, this texture doesn't look very good, except that there's like a bajillion and 2 textures, and I can pick all of them up and move them around, but they all look like crap.
It's been happening since Halo 2.
Well, I'm saying specifically with Bethesda games, though, it's like people complain about individual textures, and it's like, well, maybe you should look at the game as a whole.
I was about to say, people are like, I want Fallout to look like Crysis, but Crysis probably isn't as good enough for them nowadays.
Crysis looks terrible. I mean, go back and look at it. It looked terrible back then.
The lighting effects, though, are
that was
spectacular
it.
still. Lighting effects account for a lot.
True.
Like, I mean, I have a thing where specifically we can get into visuals and stuff, but I just want like initial like you're in the heat of the moment now, and you're in full on I love Fallout 4 mode.
Anyways, so the gameplay itself amazing. The graphics, they're not top tier, but they're not garbage at any sense at all. But honestly, the one thing that I was, I actually backed it multiple times to you, saying, maybe give it a chance. The dialogue is what kills it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because it's voiced. I actually really like the fact that it's voiced. I enjoy the voice protagonist. I feel like it adds a certain element to the roleplay. But I wish that there was a different system for choosing what you say.
Not just Mass Effect.
Correct. If it was
or BioWare.
If it was voiced and had the old system, perfect.
But they can't do that.
Sure they
can.
can.
That game would be in production for so much longer if they did that.
Okay. The future of gaming.
It's been being made since 2011. They're ready to put it out.
Future gaming. If you're gonna start voicing RPGs, you need to start finding a way to voice them and keep all the RPG elements in it.
They voiced everybody else. I mean, I wouldn't.
You can't do that though. You feasibly can't do that.
You
that's
can,
why Metal
it's
Gear.
just,
That's why Metal Gear. No,
forever.
but you can't do that because you're spending money that you don't have eventually.
That's true.
You have to pay actors
the voice
and the programmers to make that happen.
Stupid.
So that just won't. That conceivably cannot happen right now. But we'll get into that. That's. I don't need anything too specific right now. So just kind of keep it.
Yeah. So all in all, while I
0 out of 10 worst game ever.
all in all, while I really enjoy Fallout 4, playing Fallout 4 has only made me long to play New Vegas more.
Why?
I feel like New Vegas had a better story. It had better RPG elements to it, and all Fallout 4 makes me want is a Obsidian Fallout game.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Chris Avallone at the helm of a Fallout game is what
I'm not saying
think
Fallout
confirmed
4's story is bad. It's just there's too much hand-holding, and the fact you can't be in New Vegas, you could be full-blown a raider if you wanted to. You could join the raider faction and kill all the good guys.
That's pretty cool. That's pure RPG.
Yeah,
it's a lot more. It's more just the fact of the choice. There are choices in this, but
there are choices, but there's no be a bad guy choice.
yeah.
Not as holding hands as much as it's streamlined.
And apparently, like 78% of the named NPCs are essential in this game.
Yeah, that's
kill
something
them.
they stopped
Correct.
after. I think New Vegas was the last Bethesda-like game to let you kill important NPCs.
And that takes me out
Skyrim
of
doesn't
it.
let you do that either.
It takes me out. If I go and try to slaughter a town and 7/10 of the people stand up after I kill them.
Devil's advocate, because I'm with you on this.
Yeah.
It's more about your
You could break. Imagine how much that game would just break, and you'd have to start over though.
New Vegas and Fallout.
New Vegas
break
handled
that
it
much.
where if you kill a guy, guess what? The quest is gone.
But I mean, but think about the quest lines in this game though. You break it.
I know.
It's because the way they want you to move. Like I said, I agree with you. This is all devil's advocate.
Oh, I know.
That frustrated other people before, and this sold or they shipped 12 million copies within
That's
the
it?
first day.
2 million on Steam already.
Sold. That's sold.
And
that's
that's
hard
just
sold.
Steam.
I'm saying they
Yeah.
shipped 12 million hard copies out to stores. It's not necessarily sales, but it's indicative of what they're what they were expecting.
Listen, they beat out. I believe it was they beat out GTA
Yes,
on
they
day
did.
one sales.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Paul.
So
Which I mean is great. Yeah, good for them. But I mean, and that's kind of the. Let's move on. I don't.
that
know
was the bar. So
Yeah.
are you asking me out of a 10? Like, what am I gonna give it?
Sure. Like, is it better or worse than Hearthstone's new expansion?
What did you give Hearthstone's new expansion?
A fucking plus, buddy.
I don't
10.
know. A plus out of 10. I'm
A
gonna give.
plus
I'm
out
gonna
of
give
100.
this. I'm gonna give this game.
97 or something.
I'm gonna give this game a nuclear winter wonderland out of 10. How about you, Wesley?
Wesley, just general thoughts.
I like how our
Okay.
rating system is not a rating system at all.
When I first came out of the vault, I was slightly underwhelmed. I was expecting to feel like it did in Fallout 3. The whole game, I expected it to feel like Fallout 3. And I remember when I was... I'll go ahead and say it and you can edit it. I was in the
whatever.
Institute, and the reveal...
You can say the name of the thing.
I won't
it's
say
fine.
anything
You
else.
can say names. It's fine.
But I'll
Yeah.
say the reveal of the Institute. When you see, like, the Institute, actually, it's like the biggest letdown because they play the music and you can't even see anything. It's like, what direction were you going with this? Like, it was a big letdown.
I feel like when you first meet the Institute, it was supposed to be like that same moment where you wake up inside the Enclave,
Yeah.
and it was not the same.
No.
Oh, that's depressing. I haven't gotten to that point. I'm very, very close to that.
My favorite part was, like, it's supposed to, favorite part about meeting the Institute was they're trying to recruit you, and every single thing they're saying, I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, it was. It was like they're just like
it's very ham-fisted on why they try to make you join.
Now here's the thing. I don't know because I haven't gotten to that point yet. Do you think that they're intentionally making it where like you wouldn't want to do that so that they can specifically flip the script on you later? Which isn't necessarily a good storytelling tactic to be like, oh, these people want you to join. They're not really that good, but guess what? They're actually the better good guys.
Well,
like, you know, like to be like real manipulative.
The thing about Fallout,
we're the only two that know the
yeah,
end.
Yeah, I don't know the end.
I've beaten the game.
I don't know the end.
I know, and I'll say I actually chose to side with the Institute.
Yeah, ironically, and you said it was strictly because of the way your character was played.
Yeah, the way I played Fallout.
So, like, you yourself didn't like the Institute, but you had to go with them in your mind.
Yeah, to role play my character, and this is actually the first game I've ever like really role played and like enjoyed it. Cool. And I'm on my second playthrough now, and I'm playing it through differently. Basically, it was fast versus slow, because I found in Fallout 3 when I first played through with Fallout 3, there were so many mistakes I made and so much of this that I like to streamline it. Just soak up as much information as possible, and then do my second replay, and stuff will come back to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, I remember. There's this gun over here, or this guy."
Okay, and then that's when you're gonna do like you're just like kind of I'm gonna do everything.
Yeah,
blast through it and then
well, like what I did.
That's probably a good idea.
I scrolled through. I didn't even realize how to pick the perks. I had like 10,
I didn't either.
I had like 10 charisma, 10 endurance, 10 intelligence.
Yep, I definitely. That's exactly what I did.
I thought what you had to do
was fill out the stars, and then things
you can
will
go
unlock.
down.
That would be horrible.
That's
my God.
That's why I was like, this leveling system is terrible.
level 50 and get the first perk.
Did you understand the perk chart?
Yeah, I
so it's
got that
50-50 here, because I instantly understood the perk chart.
Yeah.
If I had gone down and actually looked at it,
yeah, right.
I would have been okay. But I was just like, I want to play more Fallout. Get me out of the screen.
I assumed it was going to be just like New Vegas.
I like how you become like a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah,
I think everybody is like a spoiled little like child.
Yeah, I was like, I want to get more
Mom,
Fallout.
I'm playing Fallout. Leave me alone. Like, there are so many people with like significant others and like parents that just hate them right now because of Fallout.
Oh man, it's so good to be single right now.
I don't know. I'm
As the only single person here who didn't want to kill themselves this week.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Okay.
How's your hair?
Somebody here want to kill themselves?
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
Okay, we all know.
He joined the Institute, man. Of course he wants to kill himself.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sorry. We got off on a tangent. Let me finish explaining how it worked. And when I got to the end of the game, that's when I realized it was like the end of the game is actually what blew me away. That's what blew me away. Because,
You know what bothers me? Okay, since we're talking about the end of the game, this is me telling you the end of the game without any spoilers. The thing that pisses me off most that they didn't bring over from New Vegas is at the very end of the game, you know how in New Vegas they did the slideshow and it's like, this is every single decision you made and here's the result of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some weird
Across
poem.
all of the endings for Fallout 4, it's the exact same slideshow. Doesn't matter.
Wow.
Weird.
I mean, he says different stuff.
No, he doesn't.
Really?
He does not.
He has to.
It's the exact same.
There's no way, because he said some really specific things when I did my
There
playthrough.
may be like one line different.
I think there's a couple lines
I literally
that are different.
cannot confirm or deny any of this.
Me.
Like I said, no one else has beat it here. You know what happens, but
I'm talking about the slideshow only, not the whole ending.
I have no idea what happened still.
yeah.
You're still like in the vault, right?
No.
Just wandering around. I need bobby pins to get that gun out.
Mitchell's like, so a salesman came to my door today.
No, I'm fine with it.
You know what sucks?
I'm taking my
Mole
time.
rats.
I like them.
Mole rats are hard to kill.
They did kind of bring back some elements of Fallout 1 and 2 where like the little stuff can kill you. Very easily, too. You can die to mole rats like nothing.
Yeah, especially when you're wearing just a winter jacket.
I don't die to mole rats. I die to bloat flies and the mosquitoes and the dragonflies.
Blood bugs.
Those are the worst.
They are the worst.
Alright, so
out
however
of
many
10.
non-numerical things out of 10 would you give this?
I would give it
A pilot jet out of 10.
I'll give it 12 Abraxo boxes.
Out of 10?
That's a clean game. Alright, Mitchell.
Well, I've played probably the least here.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I had like a 60-hour work week between last
Hey,
Thursday
man,
and Wednesday.
It happens.
I've been up till I get
How
home
many-
at 6 and play till 4 every morning.
How many hours would you say you've played? How many hours would you say you put into Fallout?
Oh, less than 10.
Oh, wow.
Less than 10.
Hey,
less
man, that
than
happens
10, but
sometimes.
more than 6?
Probably like 6 or 7 hours total played. Like the first night I got it out release. Played till about 2 o'clock. Then I had to go to work at 6, so I stopped and got 3 hours.
I didn't do that night, man. I just went to bed.
Dude,
There's no way.
I probably played 6 hours of the game. So
I played till 6.
I've claimed Sanctuary. I've set up a radio tower and killed ghouls. I've done a couple side quests. I think I still have to go to Diamond City.
Yeah,
so.
here, I'm gonna go ahead and
I
tell you
remember
this.
release day too.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I wish I would have done this. Just go to Diamond City.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Just go to Diamond City.
I'm in Diamond City.
I'm going
now.
to give you a
Okay,
hint
get
that I
there
gave
and-
Steven. Just go until the Brotherhood
The
Steel
steel
shows
show
up.
up. Yeah.
Okay.
And then do your side quests.
Yep.
I've
100%.
been literally just exploring.
That's
gathering
exactly
materials.
what I did.
And I mean, I'm dead serious. Just go until the Brotherhood of Steel shows up. Then you don't really have to worry so much. It adds a lot to the environment.
Yeah, it's gonna fill out a lot. Like once you're wandering around in Diamond City, like you know how there's like incidental dialogue of like just NPCs talking.
Sure.
You're gonna start picking up quests just from
Randomly,
people
yeah.
talking around
Really?
you.
Yep.
Like so, just get to Diamond City and go to the Valentine quest. Do the Valentine quest.
You know, I was playing and I was in Diamond City, and I remember turning off the game because I threw a grenade at a raider and it bounced off a pillar and killed myself. And at that point, I said, I'll pick this up again. It's been like a few days and I haven't. So out of frustration, I stepped away from the game.
So when I've been playing with Corey, and Corey, I don't know how, he just stays up like non-stop.
He's a machine.
Corey's a synth because he just does not get tired when he's playing Fallout, and I'll try and keep up with him, and I'm like nodding off while I'm playing,
Oh yeah.
and I always nod off, press and hold right bumper.
Oh no!
then I release it, and I'm like, huh? And it happened 3 times last night while I'm on the Pride or the Pridwin. And I'm like, oh no!
I have to do that stuff.
I
to
got
get to
lucky.
the
All
Pridwin.
3 times, vertibird flares.
I always when I'm in Diamond City, I just put my controller on the couch and it always sinks down into the shooter, and I always just randomly start shooting the security.
Oh no!
And everybody in Diamond City chases you. It's great. The whole town chases you, and they hate you forever because I went from Diamond City.
And
I'm
you
like,
can't kill them all.
yeah, no. I went
No.
from Diamond City back to my house, and I was going to lay down, and all of a sudden Piper just comes out of nowhere and just starts shooting me. I'm like, what the heck?
Your house in Diamond City?
No, my house in Red Rocket.
I'm kind of interested in making my army fight Diamond City now.
Well, the thing is
I made a military base.
I'm pretty sure your army, if you put Piper in your army base, your whole army will probably die eventually.
I'll leave.
Well, yeah, because she can't die.
Yeah.
Because she's a companion, technically.
Right, but I'll leave her at the castle.
Ah, okay. There's lock her up.
Good.
So you are inside of Diamond City now.
Yeah, I'm inside Diamond City, so I've enjoyed it. Most of the things I've enjoyed. Crafting is super duper cool.
The crafting's amazing.
The dialogue doesn't bother me at all. Really, it really feels the same to me. It's not that
It
different.
really isn't.
I mean,
It's not too different.
It's not that.
Yeah,
different.
it is.
I really
the,
don't.
the man's
There are
voice is pretty
there are
terrible.
no skill checks, and that's what
That's
bothers
true.
me.
That's true. I don't like just the highlighted skill, the little highlighted options.
The only skill check is charisma, and I don't like that.
That's true.
Well,
I don't like.
Yeah,
that.
because like in Fallout 3 New Vegas, it was like, oh, I'm using my repair knowledge to like, I get this dialogue option, or my science, I have my science up so much that, I can use that as a dialogue option.
I think taking skills out was the biggest mistake.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that too. I like being able to apply points to skills. That's cool.
I mean, I kind of dig what they did with this. My favorite way, I mean, this way, I was talking to you, Matt, about this before, where I kind of like the way Elder Scrolls does leveling a little bit better than Fallout, where you just use skills there, and that's how you don't get experience points from quests. Mm-hmm. You get them from doing things while you're questing. Like, so it's like, that's the more you're sneaking, if somebody sees you and then you can get away from them and hide, that levels up your sneak.
Yeah.
And then the higher you are in your sneaking, the better perks you can get. Like, I kind of I prefer that system.
I do like that better, actually.
Granted, at the same time, I don't know if I want Fallout to start taking things.
No, I kind of preferred the old Fallout system. And I'm not... This isn't me being stuck in the old ways. This is just... It was a superior system.
Makes it a better RPG. And
it does.
There was a perk in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas where you could do that. Where if you were sneaking, you would get like a point in sneak or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
The thing is like, I with this game, because I like this game and what this game is doing, I have accepted that this is no longer the Fallout that I want to play. This is not... I have to stop playing this like it's a Fallout game. I'm playing this like it's a stealth, post-apocalyptic, open-world shooter where I can sometimes get a little more sneaky. Because there is not enough RPG-ness to it to make it what Fallout was. Fallout is now is 100% not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It is the setting, and that is it.
It's a role-playing game now.
It's more of an action game now.
Not a role-playing game.
I mean,
it is by definition of the fact that your character has a backstory and a voice. It is the least role-playing game that Fallout has ever been.
True.
It's still the same setting, which is
it
shows that it's a great setting.
It's a wonderful setting, and the lore is great. The story is great. Story's not the main quest. It's pretty cool as far as the Bethesda's main quest goes.
I'm really glad that they progressed the timeline instead of just setting it like within the same time period. Mm-hmm. And the progress of like the world around you in 10 years is insane. Like the Brotherhood of Steel, slight spoilers maybe. Maxon, who was a kid in Fallout 3, has become the elder of the East Coast Brotherhood. Not only did he become elder of the East Coast Brotherhood, he brought the outcasts back into the Brotherhood and then united the Brotherhood across America.
Which is great.
They're all one Brotherhood again.
That's awesome.
Which, that's just really cool. Yeah, what they're doing with the story and stuff is good enough, and I would have had more of a problem with the way they're changing the gameplay if the gameplay just wasn't as good. The gunplay is just... Like, I noticed, like, if you're just in first-person mode and you're sitting behind, like, a corner and you know how you'll put your gun down, and then you tap the iron sights, you'll come out from behind the cover. Yep. Yeah. You'll peek out from behind it, and then when you let it go, you'll go back behind cover again.
It's the greatest cover system for a video game that does
this
not
is really good. Like they paid attention. They're like, okay, if we're gonna intentionally make this less of a Western turn-based RPG, which is what Fallout used to be, which personally I prefer. I just prefer the way
the old isometric style.
Well, even like with just 3, I like old VATS. I like static VATS, time freezes, and I can like pick apart it like I can pick it apart like a turn-based RPG. I just, as a personal preference, I prefer that. But I'm cool with how this is going because it's fun enough to play as a shooter. But I am not going to be playing like I probably won't finish this. I'll probably play a little bit more, and then I'll be like, I'll just play Skyrim some more because Skyrim is a more fun RPG. I think it's a better RPG.
Sure.
Like I like the way you can progress through and even Skyrim's a little too much. Your vocabulary is like almost you can only kill people when you show up to a place because that's all Fallout is now. Is you show up at a place. Like, I was excited when you finally find, I'll just say Kellogg, And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I have to go confront him now and make sure I put on all my charisma stuff. And it's like,
bad idea.
all right, now we're just going to shoot. It's like, like there was some dialogue.
We
and it ultimately doesn't matter what you say. He's going to be like, okay, now let's just shoot each other. I'm like,
we literally had this discussion before the podcast.
I was like, that's...
So total spoiler alert for Fallout New Vegas.
That's okay.
Who cares?
Some people care.
Yeah, well, they're dumb.
You could totally end that game with a dialogue choice.
That's Chris Avallone, dude.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
There's
that's
totally...
What is that option?
You walk up to Leggett Lanius and you're like, yo, we don't have to fight. It's over.
You just have to have
and he's like,
100.
cool.
Same thing with if
you can literally talk him down because his army is losing.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't have to die here. You guys can just go.
That's funny.
I know Fallout. I don't know if Fallout 2 can end that way, but there are a lot of quote unquote boss battles that are dialogue. They're all dialogue based.
Fallout 1, you could totally get the master just to kill
him.
It takes 20 minutes.
Yeah, Fallout 1, you can do that. You can end it with dialogue.
And a high amount of luck.
You can out logic the final boss.
That's how
in
RPG
Fallout
should
1.
work, I guess.
Yeah, like it's like you don't have to. Still shoot him if you want.
See, that's how I played. That's how I played 4 was to play like that, to where I just want to go through and like.
So yeah, I'm always a talky guy.
You played 4 the only way it's meant to be played.
Yeah, exactly. Just
like I mean, like I spec for like all my. I mean, now I like a lot of the charisma stuff, but like I'm like, all right, I guess I'm really relying on stealth now.
I'm just glad they made charisma useful for once, because like when I played Fallout 3, I actually put stuff into charisma.
Dude, charisma's always been useful.
I have played through 3 and New Vegas several times.
Charisma's super useful in New Vegas.
No,
it's now you can. They're super viable to not use charisma.
Yeah,
but if you have the speech skill, what do you don't need the charisma. If you've got a speech skill of 100 and you have a charisma of 1, it don't make a difference.
There are charisma options though.
Well, the only thing that charisma does for you, I think,
and it's perks.
is it's for your factions. Well, yeah, and the animal perk, but I don't ever use that one anymore. I only use that one in 3, but for the factions, because it does make factions like you more or hate you more, slightly. So, like, if you want to, what is it with the one girl, Veronica? If you want to blow the Brotherhood of Steel up, spoiler alert, in New Vegas. This is New Vegas. This is
whatever. Just don't need to say spoiler alert for New Vegas. It came out long enough ago.
Anyways, so if you have a high enough charisma, you can blow the Brotherhood of Steel up and have Veronica still be your companion.
Exactly.
That's about it, though.
It's cool,
I guess, but there's 6 other companions.
I see what you mean.
So,
and barter and switch.
I would say though, Fallout 4 has definitely got companions, right? Because I never used companions before.
The companions are great.
The companions are cool in this game.
I never liked using companions in any other Bethesda game. So
yeah, I never liked them. This one's great.
The only step back I feel was in the other Fallout games. Like you could have a human and a robot or.
I would like to have more than one companion at a time.
It gets a little crazy though.
It would just get insane. Who knows what the mods will do?
Yeah. There'll be a mod in no time that will remove the companion limit.
Oh my god, what if you could have all 13 companions at the same time?
You used to be able to.
Is it one? Was it in 1?
1 and 2. 1 and 2, you could have all your companions.
Tons of companions.
I'm okay. I think that's cool.
What's that?
Having all your companions with
that would be awesome. I mean, it would be insane. I don't know if that game would run, though. Because even now, in non-super complicated situations, my frame rate is dropping.
I had my first freeze.
I haven't had one.
It's bad.
I mean, not
it's
terrible,
real bad.
It'll drop under 10.
No, mine was just I'm like, uh-oh. I started seeing what people were complaining about.
I haven't had any frame rate issues, and you literally saw the only time I've had a freeze. That's it.
I
game
played
hasn't
for
crashed
10
yet.
hours straight, and just no issues whatsoever.
You also have to think about, that how expansive and how many different components are working together. That's all going to depend.
It's all based on how we've all played. It's all these random variables mixed together is what gets you the performance you get.
Did you want my rating for the game?
Yes, please.
So it's very fun.
Uh-huh.
Out of 10.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying now, that it feels more like an action adventure game because the character isn't set in an RPG style, I guess. But at the same time, it's very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
Very
I'm not
fun.
saying it's not bad. Or, it's not good. It's very
They did a lot of things right. only a little bit played, but I'd give it 9 punches to Gob's face out of 10.
Gob.
Poor
Good
Gob.
old Gob. Can I just say that my favorite thing about the workshop is that it has rendered me in real life crazy. Because I text Matt this, and I don't know if Matt told you this, but I was going down the road the other day, and I saw a mattress on the side of the road, and I went, oh crap, I need that. And I hit the brakes. And then I went, wait, what do I need that for?
I did that. I did that with Skyrim because I played Skyrim for so long that I almost I saw a flower by the side of the road. I'm like, I need a. Oh.
It's weird. It's a weird feeling.
Oh, because I
wonder what kind of potion this make a troll fat.
Pretty much, man. That Skyrim. Was
I wake up, Steven's hovering over my bed with a knife. I need the troll fat. I'm like, no, Steven, no.
I have the Sandman perk.
It doesn't work like that. I'm awake.
Looks like you died instantly to me.
We should make a video. Steven's taking Fallout too seriously. He's sneaking up on Matt with a grenade.
Steven's taking Fallout too seriously. Wesley's like, hey, that's nice.
Pretty good car you got there. Can I break that down for the steel?
You come over to my house, there's just food and stuff everywhere. Trash.
He's become a hoarder.
It's the workshop.
He's got a wall made of sheet metal and car hoods.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty cool.
This game makes me want to make my own cosplay armor.
He comes over to our house, just starts taking the coffee pot.
No, I need that. Don't touch my Keurig. There are no screws in there.
It's not red. If it's not red, I'm not stealing.
I just need as much adhesive as humanly possible.
It was weird. On my first playthrough, I never had a problem with adhesive. On my second playthrough, I never have.
I am having a problem with steel.
Vegetable starch.
Really? I'm not getting enough. Yeah, I'm making a bunch of vegetable starch.
There is not. I've seen one vegetable starch, and I'm like,
I make it. I just make it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Corn, tomatoes,
and purified
mut
water.
fruit, and purified water.
It's not tomato. It's a tato.
Potato. That's what it is. Not potato.
Sorry, potatoes.
You know, it's a tomato and a potato genetically crossed.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That'd be delicious.
Yeah, because the potato can survive
French
radiation. I guess I don't know if that's real or not.
You gotta eat those tots. Another tots.
Never need ketchup again.
Right?
Oh,
you
my
could fry
goodness.
it and you would have.
You'd have potato ketchup already in a plant.
So
I love that.
He gave us his rating. How about you, Steven?
I'm gonna give you 2 ratings.
No.
Okay.
Generally as a video game.
2 lady bombshells out of 10.
No. I would give it.
2 pistol.
I would give it 9 purified waters out of 10.
I'm right behind you.
Out of that's as a general video game, as a
Pretty good rating.
Fallout game.
Oh, if we're rating these against Fallout.
If it's a Fallout game,
It's the second worst. I think it is.
Tactics?
Tactics isn't even canon though. So
No, it's
oh,
totally
is it canon? Dang it!
Tactics is totally canon.
I was talking Brotherhood of Steel.
That is Tactics.
Yeah, Brotherhood of Steel.
Is it? I thought it was different.
Anyway, no, it is. I would
play
say
metal
it is.
music.
I don't know if it's. I don't want to say it's the worst because that makes it sound like it's a bad game. It's not a bad game. I think it's the weakest as far as the RPG-ness of a Fallout goes. It is the least RPG.
Like
Fallout
if Fallout was
that it's ever
people,
been.
it would be this Fallout has polio.
No. It's like Charlie Sheen.
It's
still pretty cool and fun to hang out
It's
with.
still a great president.
But you can't.
I'm going with the polio, not the AIDS.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about his dad. I was like, yeah, he did make a pretty good president.
Like, you can still hang out with him, have fun. You don't really want to have butt sex with him anymore.
The only Mexican president.
It's just polio.
Oh, HIV.
Oh.
I'm going with the Charlie Sheen thing.
Okay.
We're having 2 different...
We're on 2 different pages here.
Potato.
Can we say the butt sex?
Why not?
What?
Is that offensive?
I would edit it because I made a joke about him about.
Well, I don't think anybody would have caught it before you
Just
said that.
bleep all of that.
Okay.
And,
Is there anything really else? Like, we've kind of covered all the bases. Fallout 4 is
power armor is amazing.
Yeah.
I think this is the coolest power armor's ever been.
Do you guys use power armor all the time?
Yes.
I used it once because I had to clear out a bunch of super mutants.
Okay, so you're like me. You don't use it till you absolutely have to.
I was sneaking around in it though. That was pretty
It's
fun.
great. It's great to
All
sneak
crouched
around.
over in power armor.
Not only do I always wear
With
power,
a little silence pistol.
Can you wear it as regular armor always?
no,
Yeah.
you need the fusion.
Well, you need the
cores.
fusion cores, but
Yeah.
There are so many fusion cores.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
even a joke.
Okay.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. Well,
Just don't run in it.
at this point, I'm no longer going to wear my power armor because of the way I'm role playing my character. I just betrayed the brother of steel.
What did you just say?
Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He
I
said
saw.
beep.
So now I'm just wearing a winter coat and a beanie.
Nice. Has it always been where you can put on like different sections of
No.
armor
That's
over like a thing?
That's
certain
new.
things.
Okay.
Certain items. Because like there's some item like the Gronag thing. I was like, awesome. Grognag. Because it has like
Yeah,
it's a
that's
piece of-
pretty dumb that you can't wear a chest piece with that.
Yeah,
That's really because
yeah.
it's a waistcloth.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm like, okay.
The whole point is Grognak doesn't have a chest.
I
piece,
understand
though. Yeah.
that, but still. I know it's not real life, but in real life, I'm pretty sure I could put on a vest with a little loincloth.
You could have
What
put
do
the
you
loincloth
normally wear
over
for
pants.
For armor, I use the BOS, just like the orange suit,
Okay.
just like that, and then I have all pocketed, muffled stuff.
Okay. Does the jumpsuit have a special?
It's just got like radiation.
So the
It's got-
jumpsuit. Fallout pro tips. Just so you guys know, the starting vault suit and any other vault suit you come across can totally be upgraded for damage resistance and energy weapon resistance at the workbench without any armor on it. It's just flat. That can be upgraded. The Brotherhood of Steel outfit also can be upgraded the same way.
I didn't know that.
Now, if you kind of want to just wear nice clothes, but you don't want to put armor on, and you're like, this really sucks because I'm getting wrecked by the wasteland because I have no damage resistance. Well, here's some news for you. There is actually a way for you to get damage resistance on those clothes. There is a side quest for the railroad.
Oh, great. So I have to go to the
You
railroad.
don't have to join the railroad to get this. You can do this before you have to make the decision to join them. Do the quests for Tinker Tom. And then after you do the quest for Tinker Tom, Pam will have a quest for you. After you do that first quest for Pam, you can now mod not all clothing, but quite a few different clothings with ballistic fiber.
Nice.
Okay, so I was wondering where the ballistic fiber, because I was finding that and I'm like, I'm gonna keep this, but I don't know what it's used for.
So I know confirmed people have been using it on military fatigues.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I was using
when you put military fatigues on, ballistic fiber them, and then you put armor on over it,
Oh man.
you have like equivalent to power armor resistance.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Also, pro tip: pocket all of your pieces of armor. Just
What
make
does
them
the
all
pocket
pocketed.
do?
It increases your carry weight.
Oh
By
wow.
10 each.
Each? Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
So do that, or you can do deep pocketed, but you need to like armor 2 or whatever to get that.
Also,
I'm upgraded.
cooking pro tip: hunt the rad stags, because when you eat a rad stag,
Plus 25 to your carrying weight. Also,
Wasn't it plus 50 for Yao Guai?
is it?
Yao Guai mean gives you something.
adds to your strength. It's like 50 strength is Yao Guai
Not
ribs.
50 strength.
I'm
That
pretty
sounds
sure.
wrong.
It's plus 50 something.
I think it's carrying.
It might be carrying.
I think it's
I don't know. I do know the Super Mutants dogs.
Yeah.
Cook those. Those will take away 40 rads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, like, it adds like 120 health.
What about and then the?
It's great. Cooking is amazing in this game.
Yeah.
Don't use don't eat any of the food that you find. Hunt stuff and cook.
I have
all
like
you need
70 stim packs because I don't use them.
I use those. I use those in the middle of a fight, but I'm always floating around 25 and 30 stim packs.
I found a blood bank, and totally had like 125 blood packs.
Oh, nice! You just make a bunch of stim packs with it.
No,
that's what I did.
So I didn't know, and I just kept using blood packs. I didn't know
great.
that you used blood packs. I kept using blood packs to heal myself.
So I prefer using the blood pack to heal myself. I know it does less than a stim pack, but there's no animation, so it's instant healing.
Oh, hey, pro tip, yo.
Yeah.
Like I said, pro tips.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I do the Nuka-Cola Quantum if I'm.
Nuka-Cola Quantum is great.
Dare you? How dare you drink that? That is for Target employees only.
Nuka-Cola Quantum is fantastic. Did it heal that much in earlier games?
It heals like 200 health.
Well, it heals 400.
400?
It heals 400.
I don't even have that much.
I don't either. It's great.
All right.
And it adds like 2 rads. It's wonderful.
Does anybody else have any pro tips?
Nah. I'm not very good at the game.
No, not yet.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to do it or not, but this is the bug I ran across. The hospital, if you're doing the Silver Shroud quest, the hospital where you have to go meet the raiders, make sure to clear out all the robots before you go to it. I'm not sure if that works or not. I'm going to test it, later this week. But it was my favorite quest. It was my favorite. It's the coolest quest because you get this or you go to the comic book place, you get the armor and the hat and the machine gun, and you get to run around good neighbor killing like drug dealers and stuff. And then like you piss some raiders off and they capture the guy who was like helping you out and they kidnap him. Well, there's robots who are on their own, they're their own NPCs,
in the hospital on their own.
And then there's raiders. Well, when you get on the floor where the raiders are with the hostage, the robots start attacking the raiders, and so the raiders get fidgety and kill the. So you're screwed on finishing the optional quest.
That's funny.
And like that was my favorite quest, and it ruined it. It absolutely ruined it.
Funny.
I actually quit that night early. I think it was like 11, and I was like, "Screw this!" and just like slammed the controller down and left. And so, even though they get rid of all the stuff they got rid of in New Vegas and Fallout 3, it's still a buggy Bethesda game.
I love it.
Engine.
It's wonderful. Yeah. I love buggy Bethesda games. They're my favorite. Getting stuck between a building and a wall because I accidentally fell down between them. I'm like, yes.
The worst that's happened to me is I jumped at a pile of rubble. Yes. And I got stuck.
Yeah. So, I like that kind of stuff.
Fallout 3, I've ran across the hill and fell off the map in the city.
So, for the next Fallout game, that's the end of the pro tip section, by the way, everybody. Next Fallout game, all we simply demand is you have Kojima write the story with Chris Avellone and use the Fox engine.
Yeah, I want Chris Avellone to be in charge of the choices. And
Kojima to write the twist.
Yeah,
where do you
writes
want him
the
to
story.
go?
And
I want them to? I would like to go back to San Francisco, but apparently Obsidian said they want to do a game in New Orleans.
Yeah, Swamp.
That would be cool.
Because Point Lookout was cool, it just didn't have.
Where was that? That was
Maryland. That was Maryland. I think.
That was Maryland.
But it's like that kind of like swampy kind of.
Yeah,
but you could do kind of like how this has the wilderness, or there's just like woods and like little like gas stations and stuff in the northern
whatever
section.
You do not take the wildlife out. The wildlife they added made the game feel so much alive, like so much more alive in the open areas.
I want to get the crap scared out of me like I did in Fallout 3.
Dude, this game has legitimately terrified me in some parts.
The ghouls are scary.
The ghouls like popping out of nowhere are pretty scary.
I wandered to a graveyard. Be careful. There are a lot of ghouls there. It's not good.
What was it when you do the Freedom Road quest?
It's like everywhere.
Like you're just like
they're always just everywhere.
And it's like, what the heck, man? I'm crouched most of the time, not because I'm trying to be stealthy, but because I'm trying to see what's about to attack me.
Yep.
And like I'll sit there and I'll press the.
There's your pro tip. Yeah, if you're nervous about where you are, just stay crouched because you'll instantaneously know. It'll switch to caution.
Or wear power armor.
Does it tell you in power armor?
No, just you don't have to worry about it in power armor.
Right, well, the worst part about power armor is like you get hit like 20 times and it's like, wait a minute, something's going on here. Ding,
hello?
Ding.
Somebody tapped my shoulder. So that's Fallout 4.
Son of a...
We kind of like it.
Another pro tip.
7 out of 10. Worst game ever.
No, seriously, last pro tip. If you have a perception of 9, there is a perk where you're allowed, like, it lets you shoot through cover.
That perk is so awesome.
I need to get that.
You don't think it would do anything, and you get it.
You don't think it would let you do anything, but it also lets you target the fusion core in VATS on anybody in power armor. When you shoot the fusion core, it pops it out of the suit, causes it to explode, and then they get out of the power frame. It's a free power armor frame.
I've been wondering how to get the power armor. Like, that's been bothering me because I hate killing stuff, and like there was a raider that had full like raider power armor. And like, I don't want to build raider power armor. That's a waste of a mechanism. But I would love to have that just so I could like walk around and like my giant rebar power armor.
Yeah.
The helmeted, you see, what's the helmeted thing that makes you look like a Darth or something, where it's like got chains and like rebar hangs.
Yeah. Oh, I have a full set of Raider power armor.
That looks so cool.
All right. Well, that was our Fallout 4 podcast.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Long time coming.
If you want to hear us talk about Fallout 4 again,
listen to Galaxy News Radio.
Sure, something like that.
That too.
If you want to hear us talk about Fallout 4 again, like, comment, and subscribe.
Because we'll be
or not.
Probably we'll be talking about it a lot.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
I'm gonna marry it.